Alright, hello, my name is Casey and I'm from the Springfield Babywearers, and I'm here to show you today how to do a robin's hip carry. And a robin's hip carry can be done with different sizes of wraps, usually a middle size wrap starting around 4 all the way up to a 7 or 8. Depending upon what size you use will determine upon where you can tie off on the carry. So I'll kind of show you different ways. I'm going to be using a Yarrow Quantum size 6, so it's kind of a longer wrap, and so I'll show you kind of how to do a tie off with a longer wrap. The size of the wrap kind of depends if the length of the fabric. So, and also with this carry you can actually do, if you have a newborn, tummy to tummy. My boy is 11 months old, so he'll be more on my hip. So what you do is you start off with your middle marker, and you go ahead and scrunch it up. Marker, alright. And then what I do is I make sure that that middle marker is on my shoulder. So I've got this over my shoulder here. This like this here. So this is a one-shouldered carry, and what I'll do is once I have my middle marker on my shoulder, I'm going to go ahead and come down here and I'm going to make a fold. And I'm going to fold it over so the wrong side of the wrap, or the other side of the wrap, shows. My son August has done me a kind courtesy of bringing this tail, the one that was closer to me, already over this way. So now that I've got this one over this shoulder, I'll get the other side. Just like this, and bring it around front. I'm going to put my hand through my loop now. And go ahead and bring this up and through. And you want to make sure that this part is not twisted. So you've got this side, there's two different colors. You've got this side and this side. So you've got your top rail. Make sure that this doesn't get twisted. So you've got your pocket here for baby. So I'm going to go grab my baby. Again, this is August. He is 11 months old. Can't believe he's gotten so big. Alright, so you always want to make sure in a woven wrap to keep yourself, or keep your hand on the baby. If it's a young baby, make sure that you kind of keep your hand on his back if possible. He's teething right now, so he's been a little uncooperative lately. So the way I like to put them in is I always bring my arm up through here, grab their feet, and bring him through. Now because again, he is a bigger baby, I want to put him on my hip to start. Making sure you still have your top rail. Follow that down and bring the fabric up to their shoulders, making sure they're smooth. Now a lot of babies, if they're younger, you want to make sure that their arms are in, or you can put their arms in. He's a little older, he doesn't really like his arms in much anymore, so we keep him out. Then you want to make your seat. You want to make your seat. So what I like to do is come down and bring the extra fabric that's under his legs up between him and myself. Making sure that you're going knee to knee and that the knees are higher than the bum. So from here, we want to make sure to keep this, your loop, tight. Otherwise, when we tighten this, it's going to sag down. So I'm going to come around here and back. Grab my top rail and bring it around front. So with this hand, you now grab my top rail and just start tightening. And you tighten rail to rail. Make sure that's tight. So here, you can either hold between your your knees if you would like, or you can keep this hand on what you just tightened underneath the butt. I always like to keep my hand on him, so I'll keep it under the butt. Make sure that you bring this up. Start tightening this. Follow. And tighten your top rail. After I tighten the top rail, just to make sure that he's close to me, I come down to the bottom one and tighten that one. You can always bounce a little if it helps. Bring the wrap through the fabric. You can adjust the shoulders too to make sure it's not as close to your neck, whatever is most comfortable for you. I always like to have a little just off the shoulder and just enough on the neck there. So we keep tightening and make sure to tighten rail from rail. And again, you can bounce as you go. Okay, you can bring this down here. And then make sure to tighten this up too. You can stretch and bounce. Make sure it's tight from rail to rail. So at this point, what you want to do with a longer, you can actually, if you have a shorter wrap, say a size 4, you can go ahead and tie off underneath their butt. Make sure always double knot. Since I'm using a longer wrap, I'm going to take it and bring it around and underneath this leg, this rail, and bring it under this leg, and then tie him back. Again, bounce and bounce, and make sure to double knot. And bounce. So for him again, he's a bit bigger boy. He'll sit on my hip. If you have a younger child, say a newborn or somebody who likes to cuddle, you can always bounce, bounce, and bounce, and bring him around front. And that is a robin's hip carry. Have a great night.